thing that you always look and you're like, Jesus, I just wish I could eat that.
Oh, well, I don't mind too much about food. It's beer. I want beer. But you got to keep an eye on it when you're training, especially for an Ironman and stuff, that you can't be drinking too much beer or anything. So, I mean, food I'm not too bothered about. I can be quite strict on my food. You know, I'm not crazy on chocolate or any of that stuff. But yeah, beer is the hard one.
Very few boozy nights out for you then?
Not now. I think now I'm knuckled down. I had a few in New York and a few in Australia, New Zealand, but now it's time to get to the training, really, you know.
Yeah, that's of course. And what else is coming up for you at the moment, Keith?
Well, I'm back in the Olympia starting this Friday night, so the 8 Deadly Sins, the final 8 nights, are starting this Friday night. Then touring Australia, New Zealand for the month of August. Then back, do this Ironman, and then straight into touring Ireland again. So doing a 3 or 4 week tour of Ireland with the 8 Deadly Sins. So Waterford, Galway, the usual spots. And then I'll spend the latter half of the year back in the US again.
Jeez, it all seems to be going for you at the moment.
It is, yeah, you know, but I mean, it's kind of always been like that. It's very rare that I get a quiet moment, but I'd rather have that than not, you know.
I mean, how do you stop yourself from getting stressed out when you're constantly on the road?
I deal with stress pretty good, you know, I don't sleep much, so, and I don't mind, I can survive on low amounts of sleep. I don't get stressed, you know, it's just the type of person I am. I think too many people get stressed too easily. I understand stress, but I think people get far too stressed too easily, you know. I missed a flight coming back from New Zealand just last week, which made my journey another 6 hours longer, and everybody was going crazy, and I was just like, it is what it is. And then yesterday I sat on the plane for 2.5 hours with no air conditioning on, and everybody started going bananas on the plane because we weren't going anywhere. Then we had to leave the plane, wait another 2 hours in Newark airport, and everybody was going crazy, and I was just sitting there eating a salad, reading a book. I was like, what's the stress about, you know? So yeah, I don't get stressed too easy. It's more to do with just trying to find family time, to be honest, and just giving them the time that they need, you know.
I mean, they must feel a lot of the time they don't see you for such long periods, do they?
Yeah, it just depends. Although I made a rule a couple of years ago, and I've stuck to the rule pretty stringently, that I don't go away for longer than 4 weeks at a time without seeing them. So that's kind of a threshold for me, and it's a threshold for them as well. But Skype saves all, you know. The days that you can't really talk to them very long on the phone and that kind of stuff are gone, you know. So Skype, you know, kind of keeps you in touch with the family and keeps the personal touch, more importantly, than just phoning them or whatever. But yeah, it's difficult, but as I said, 4 weeks is the max, and then either they'll come wherever I am or I'll go back home, you know.
And you have a cameo coming up in a movie.
Yeah, I just found out about that recently, actually, that it's definitely not going to end up on the cutting room floor.
Brilliant.
So my little cameo as a French tourist will be in the movie Now You See Me. So that's coming out, I think, in January.
Okay.
So hopefully I'll get an invite to the premiere, which will probably be in LA or somewhere, you know.
And what was your involvement in the film? You were a consultant on it, was it? Or?
Yeah, I was heavily involved from the get-go. So in other words, the screenwriter, well, they hired a screenwriter, Ed Solomon, to rewrite the movie.
Yeah.
So I was heavily involved in that. In other words, I spent 2 weeks with Ed as a consultant in the room to try and keep the magic, mentalism and hypnotism as close to real life as possible.
Yeah.
So I was literally 12 hours a day with him in the room while he was rewriting it, just throwing out ideas. And then after that, they hired me as a consultant to work mainly with Woody Harrelson on the movie, because he plays a mentalist and a hypnotist. So I was, you know, while I was on tour here in January and February, I was flying over and back to LA for literally 1 day at a time, working with Woody. Then I was on set in New Orleans, and then I was on set in Paris as well. And it was in Paris that I filmed my cameo as well. So, you know, I was quite heavily involved overall, which was it was an amazing experience, though, you know.
And what was it like working with Woody?
It was great. He's got a great work ethic. I didn't realize at the time, even when you look online, you don't realize that he is a method actor. So he really wanted to learn hypnotism. He really wanted to learn mentalism, and so I really taught it to him. So it was kind of funny out and about, having a dinner after being on set or whatever, and I'd look over and there he is in the corner grabbing somebody. It's like he's attacking them, but he was actually hypnotizing them in the corner. So I'd be very surprised if, in the run up to the movie, that when he does the press junkets like Leno, Letterman, all that stuff, that he should be doing stuff on them.
So he's able to?
Yeah, he's able to hypnotise people. He hypnotised Mark Ruffalo, who's, he's in the Avengers. That's how people probably know him as the Hulk. He's in the movie, and he hypnotised Mark Ruffalo. The three of us were just having dinner one night, and he just knocked Mark Ruffalo right out on the table. So yeah, you can really do it now. I don't know if I've created a bit of a monster all of a sudden, but yeah, he was a great character. And we got reasonably close as well.
Yeah.
So I'd still be in touch with him now and stuff.
Yeah, he seems like a cool guy. Like,
He's great fun.
Yeah.
Off camera as well, and we hung out and got to know each other pretty good.
Any wild nights out? Any wild nights out?
I went a few nights out, but you won't be getting anything from me in the press on that one.
Fair enough.
Fine, not.
And how well have you taught him? Would he be able to hypnotise you?
Say again?
Would he be able to hypnotise
No,
you?
because if you know how hypnotism works, or even psychics work, like cold reading and all that kind of stuff, you can block it. So a hypnotist can block other hypnotists, if you know what I mean. So no, yeah, I'm still in control, luckily,
And what did you think of the whole psychic Wayne thing?
I just got bored with it, you know. They can make every defence argument under the sun as to why they can't take up a challenge, but the truth of the matter is, the reason I challenge psychics, and he was trying to say it was because of my ego and this and that, the truth of the matter is that if they can really say what they're saying they can do, which is contact dead people and channel thoughts and spirits and all that kind of stuff, and they're taking your money, the public's hard-earned money for it, they should be able to do it under test conditions to prove that what they're not doing is cheating and really preying on the weak and the vulnerable. And that's why the challenge stands there. He said he'd take it, then he pulled his horns back in and said he wouldn't take it, and then it went on too long, so I just blocked him on Twitter, blocked him on Facebook, because I'm just bored with the guy. Well, actually, if I was a psychic, and this is the truth of the matter, if I was a psychic earning money, I'd be pissed off at Wayne at how bad he is at being a psychic. I mean, that's the truth of it. Like, if I was a good psychic, as in good at pretending to contact dead loved ones, I'd be looking at him going, he's not doing us any favours, lads. Let's put him at a distance. So anybody who's commenting and supporting Psychic Wayne is as bad as him in my eyes. They're not very good.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, no worries. Thanks, everyone.